Hey, Alvernia community. This month's Alumni Spotlight is with alumna Edie Randall, and she will be telling us about her Alvernia experience and where it brought her today. Hi, Edie. Thanks for being our September Spotlight.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Of course, our pleasure. So we're just going to jump right in. And can you tell us what your degrees are?
Okay, I have Associates of Arts. It's a social work transfer. I obtained that in December of 2009 from Reading Area Community College. And in December of 2012, my Bachelor's of Arts in Behavioral Health Concentration Child Welfare from Alvernia University. Then in May of 2017, I earned my Master's of Arts in Clinical Counseling.
Okay. So then when you were a student at Alvernia, what did you know what you wanted to do with your degree at that time?
Initially, I did not. I did know I wanted to do something such as helping individuals because I am truly an extrovert and I love people. So I always envisioned myself being a social work. Nonetheless, due to me taking the evening courses, they didn't offer the social work program. So with the clinical counseling, that kind of was a comfortable degree, which has now afforded me the opportunity to be able to help people.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. What do you love most about what you do?
Just being able to apply not only the education that I have received from Alvernia, but life application to individuals that are currently seeking help for issues that they may have, and being able to show them that they have the tools within them to bring about change. They just need someone to be a cheerleader almost for them and to apply evidence-based material to help them achieve their goals.
Of course, and that support is so important for them.
It is very much so.
So can you tell me what your current employment is then?
I am currently employed at a private practice as a licensed professional counselor. I actually do independent contracting for this company currently.
Okay. And so what do you look forward to most? Going into work every day, what do you look forward to most? What makes you, most passionate about the work that you do?
I would have to say I'm most passionate about working with the younger children are my niche, my preferred niche. Nonetheless, I enjoy working with children all the way up to the older population, just being able to see them where they come in initially with unresolved issues, but by the time they're done with therapy with me, being able to realize, like, wow, I had the power within me to bring about the change that I needed to have happen. So I think just being able to help them reach their goal, that's what brings me the most joy, I would have to say.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. Um, what impact, um, what kind of impact has this had on your life, just from things that you've been through in your life and just in general, what drew you toward this career?
I would have to say my mother, who is now deceased, she was always a person that was big on education. And I had deferred my education to marry and start a family. And she continuously, was pushing me, you need to further your education, you need to go back to school. and she had a passion for education as well as children, which she would always watch a child in the neighborhood, and I just kind of picked that up from her. And so I would have to say my mother was the driving force for me. And this career, I am very happy that I chose this path because it brings me a lot of enjoyment.
That's good. I'm surprised since she was so interested in education that you didn't become a teacher.
You know what? It's funny that you say that, Danielle, because when I enrolled down at RAC, my first semester, I did enroll to be a special ed teacher.
Wow, that's funny.
I did, but I quickly changed that major because life happenstance for one. I was working for a medical practice, and I felt that there was a need with my interaction with some of the elderly population that would come in, and sometimes they would hear some sad medical news, and I just felt as though, you know, wow, this is a population that's hurting. They really need to have someone that can further explain, almost do like social work information type work for them. And that's what led me towards going into the field of social work. So that's what my associates is in.
Wow, those types of like aha moments are so special because it brings you to this realization of what you're meant to do.
Yes, yes. I have to totally agree with you because how they say find a job that you enjoy going to every day, and it will not be like a job you won't get burnt out, and you'll enjoy going. And I can truly say that's what brings me my most passion, because I enjoy getting up, going to work every day. I don't have any R&R days where I need to take off and say, oh, I'm feeling sick. I don't have any of that.
You're so lucky. I mean, there's so many people out there that don't feel that way or don't know what they want to do. So that's amazing that you found that.
It happened a little later in life, though. I can say that it didn't happen right away. You know, I was supposed to go to college right out of high school. Nonetheless, I did wind up marrying my childhood sweetheart, and the marriage lasted a lot of years. Nonetheless, in my later years, I found myself divorced, and I said, hey, what do I want to do with my life? So initially, it didn't start that way. I was undecided.
Yeah, you got to get through those troubled waters before you can figure out, you know, where you're meant to be and what you're meant to do, but it's worth it in the end.
Yes, very much so. I am actually living proof that it is worth it in the end. And I can say also, I did not have any money that was wasted on a career that I was trying to decide, like, is this the right field for me? Should I or should I not? So I'm happy that I did wait and chose to get married and raise a family first.
That's good. That's important. What impact has your Alvernia degree had on your career thus far?
I would have to say Alvernia's level of like the education piece, the support of the faculty, it has truly equipped me to have the expertise to do what I'm doing. Like, I can truly say I feel confident within my scope of practice because Alvernia provided me all the necessary tools to do what I'm doing now, which is
it's so great.
Which is providing the population that I work with evidence-based material, the various treatment modalities that I use to help them achieve their objectives and goals for why they're coming in to see me.
Wow, that's great. That's really important, and I'm glad it brought you this far and has made you feel comfortable with what you're doing.
Yes, thank you.
So now I know your Alvernia experience was a little different because, like you said, it was later in life. But were you involved at all in campus when you were a student? Were you involved with any groups, or what did you enjoy most during your time at Alvernia?
Unfortunately, that's the sad part for me, being that I had to work full time as well as be a full-time mother. I was not able to participate in any of the groups on campus, other than the study groups. I was involved in those, I can say. But actually, any other group that campus would have, due to time constraints, I was not able to be involved, unfortunately. That was one experience that I wish I could have said that I could have had.
Yeah. No, I totally understand that, but I mean, education was first and was important, and of course your family, so that comes first.
Which is why I try to sign up for being in the know with Alvernia's alumni, that when they offer things like, hey, we need someone to volunteer, I'm big on volunteerism. I would always be open to volunteering for anything that Alvernia would have.
Yes, we loved having you at our ice cream social for our new student orientation. That was so much fun.
It was. I enjoyed being there and, interacting with the incoming students and just saying to them, hey, in 4 years, this is going to be you giving back. And I was also able to give a couple of the students my contact number that, in case they needed someone to talk to, and just to kind of be that cheerleader for them during midterms, or if they hit a moment where they're missing their loved ones and they just need to hear that motherly voice. I just said, you can always reach out to me. I'm a phone call away.
That was so nice. I'm sure they appreciated that very much.
Thank you.
Do you have either like a favorite memory from campus, or maybe even a favorite spot on campus that you just liked to be, or professor that you really loved, something that was your favorite here from Alvernia?
I would have to say my favorite professor, and excuse me if I get a little emotional, was Dr. Paul West. At the time when I was an incoming student, I felt like he was a little tough. And it was always like, come on, Edie, and especially when it came to the stats class. But he was tough because he needed to be. And him being tough further helped strengthen me in this field. And I wish he were here so I could say to him, hey, I appreciate you being tough on me, So he would be the professor that I would say I had the fondest memories with.
And clearly made an impact on your life too, and that's what that's all about.
He did. He did.
That's great, and it turned you into the person you are today.
Very much so. And I actually have a greater appreciation for stats and being able to look at research and see if it's valid research or if it's not. I really appreciate that.
Wow, that's interesting. Not many people can say that because that's a hard thing to analyze.
Yes.
All right, so kind of getting a little personal now. Can you tell me either like an interesting fact about yourself, or maybe a favorite hobby that you like to do in your spare time?
Well, let's see. Interesting fact. My birthday is September the 20th. My first grandson was born September 21st. Then I have another grandson that was born September the 11th. And another interesting fact, I am going to be grandmom to a set of twins that are going to be born in October.
Wow, congratulations. That's so exciting.
Yeah. So
You have
that
lots
will,
of children to spoil.
yes, that will be 5 in October. I will have 5 grandchildren.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. That must be great.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
So just to kind of close this off a little bit, what is one piece of advice that you wish you had known when you were a student that you wish you could tell other students now, or that you want them to know?
There's a lot. There's so many.
You could name a few if you want.
I would say do not procrastinate when it comes to homework assignments. Do not allow yourself to get stressed out and feel as though you will not complete and get your degree. And always know that help is all throughout the campus, whether it's the teacher, whether it's someone like your advisor, even the individuals that are serving you your meals. Someone's always there to listen to you. And practice self-care. Do practice self-care.
Yes, that is very important. Very good advice. Thank you so much, Edie, for joining me. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.